Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the BraveMaker podcast. This is episode 301, baby. I'm Tony Gapistone. I'm a writer, director, and actor. I'm based in Redwood City, California, which is the San Francisco Bay Area. I am the executive director and founder of BraveMaker, which is a nonprofit 501c3 organization. We just finished our 7th annual film festival in Redwood City. It's just 3 days after, so we're still cleaning up. We're still feeling all the feels and doing all the things to celebrate, to process, to debrief. We want to come back next year, and I'll tell you more about how you can make that happen with us. But today, we're doing our podcast on a different day than normal. Usually we do it on Thursdays. We're doing it on Wednesday because we have one of our filmmakers who just left the film festival days ago who is going to come share her experience and talk about her film. And we like to do inclusive and descriptive descriptions for our audience. So before I bring in our filmmaker, I'll tell you I'm a Caucasian guy wearing black glasses, a brown graying hair, and I'm wearing my E.T. shirt that says California with E.T. and Elliot flying over the moon in the Center for Creativity studio with banners that say "You are the story" and "Brave stories change the world" right behind me. With that, let me bring in director, filmmaker, Sasha Timan. Hi, Sasha. Welcome.
Hey, hi. It's actually pronounced Timan, but that's
Timan.
uh-huh.
There you go. Sasha Timan, filmmaker of Timelessness.
I'm very glad and honored to be here. Honestly, Tony, the festival was amazing. I was just, the lineup, of course, lots of beautiful films and filmmakers, but also, um, your spirit, your indie spirit is so contagious. And the
Thank
energy,
you.
and I saw that there are no big sponsors, and it's basically all on your shoulders and on shoulders of all of your volunteers, and the volunteers are so dedicated. And I was amazed how many people you were able to to attract to this, and to get them be right next to you and to do the same thing. And it was just such a beautiful indie spirit there. And it was relaxed but also very informative and very focused at the same time. And the venues were fantastic. And all the people I've met, actors and filmmakers, to hear the same stories, and to hear they're in the same situation as I am, when we all have to raise funds and to do our films because we're indie and because we just want to do our short stories or long stories. It was all extremely inspiring. I'm so glad it was selected, the film was selected. I'm so glad you gave us chance to show, to hear the audience response to the film. It's always super important. And yes, and just your energy and aura you spread was phenomenal.
Thank you. Wow. I really appreciate that glowing review because we do. We put our heart and soul into this. We want big things. We're not super flashy. In our 7th year, we still have a hard time getting the attention of Hollywood. No big press write-ups, lots of local press write-ups,
Mhm.
but people will often say, who do you have coming? Who's there? What films are there? Even though we had Marley Matlin, Oscar winner, at
Mhm.
our festival, it's like people are still looking for the big clickbaity kind of thing. And I'm like, that's okay. I don't, press is great. We want to get those articles and those write-ups, but really it's about, do people see what we see? Do people care what we care about? Do they want to celebrate the stories, the historically excluded stories, the social justice stories? And we're going to still keep justice, diversity, and inclusion in our mission because that's important, at a time in the world, right?
Sorry.
When those things are being threatened, it's like we're not taking those things out to be able to get the money and the sponsors. I'm not going to compromise that. So thank you. Every time I saw you and talked with you, I always felt like you were just so full of gratitude and awe. And that's why we do these things. We want filmmakers to feel seen and connected and supported. So I really love that. Thanks for being a part of this, Sasha.
No, thank you. And what you do is I think it is an exact reflection of indie storytelling. It's exactly, I love that there were varieties of all kinds of people, all kinds of actors, and all kinds of directors, and they were put together, and it's all very low budget. And I saw that the last couple of days you were really trying to raise extra funds for this. This is all happens to us, to indie filmmakers. We plan for something and then something happens, and it was just exactly, this festival is reflection of indie short storytelling, and this is a
Yeah.
perfect venue. I can't, I think everyone should just go to BraveMaker Film Festival.
I appreciate you saying that, because you're right. Like indie films who start the productions and then realize, we need some extra money, in order to finish this film festival, in order to finish the vision of trying to be fully inclusive to all people. We recognize we fell short in some areas. We didn't have enough. We didn't have what it took to really finish it. So we were calling out and giving people an invitation to support us on the spot. And
Mhm.
I'll say this. We started with 54 monthly donors every month, and we ended with 54 donors every month. We didn't get one new monthly donor. Now, that was discouraging. Being totally transparent was so discouraging that we didn't get one new person. We're gonna announce a new thing today. Maybe I'll just announce it here on this podcast in a little while. But we did get a little over $1,100 of one-time donations, and that super helped. But we need to increase our monthly donors in order to be sustainable and to be here next year. So if you're watching this, go to bravemaker.com/donate and become a monthly donor today, because with your partnership, we will be able to do this again. But we're an organization that pretty much is month to month, So thank you for the 54 who do give. We need to see that doubled. And Sasha is a great example of someone who will be impacted by that. Indie filmmakers having a screen and a showcase and a space to talk about their work. So let's talk about your work. Let's talk about your film. And we selected it. It was a moving portrayal of very current and relevant events. Let's hear you talk about Timelessness and what it's about and how it came to be.
Can I ask you first, what do you think it's about?
Ooh, put it on me. Well, I mean, I see it's a lot about the immigrants, the immigration, the poverty that we see in our world, the broken systems. To call that out, I mean, we have, when it comes to our country and other countries, and just all of the things that our current state of affairs when it comes to the hostility. There's just hostility, like between countries, between how do we exist as people, how do we other, that word other, we make somebody different and other because of their status, because of where they're from, because of how much they have. And there's so much complexity in that. We don't know how to have empathy. We don't know how to have peaceful and integral systems for people to exist in. That's what I feel, off the top of my head, from remembering, when we first watched it and selected it. Yeah.
For me, it was about mainly about assimilation, and that you have to, like, the two main themes, which I was exploring, is assimilation and how you have to reinvent yourself in immigration in a new country. And the inspiration for the environment of the story and for the setting came from when war started in 2022. I went to Tijuana, San Diego border, and there were lots of refugees coming there. And I was always there are so many aspects you can cover there. But I decided, since it's a short film, focus on just one aspect, which is all these people, no matter why they came, war, political asylum, violence, opportunities, new opportunities. It really doesn't matter. They all have to go to the same experience. They were all living there for a couple of days, for some for weeks, much less actually than all people from Latin America who were coming as refugees, and they all had to go through a new experience, and it was very interesting for me to talk to them on that side of the border, because they really don't know what they will go through as a, it's a like a collective emotion through which they're going to go through, that they have to reinvent it. Their professions, their language would not matter. It will change. It will matter, but it will be different. They can't apply it the same. They will need to reinvent themselves. And to it's difficult. It's more difficult for some than to others. And I'm really glad that eventually, during the casting process, we met with Darya, who always wanted to be pianist, and who brought in this idea: what if this person who is crossing the border is a pianist, and the hand is injured? Um,
Mhm.
and this is how we show this
I
feeling.
still feel, by the way, sorry to interrupt you. I still, when I think about it, feel I don't want to spoil anything, but even earlier when I was thinking about it, I can still feel in my body the the pain of seeing something on screen and you feel it. Like even right now I'm feeling things because when you said that I'm like, "Oh yeah, I remember that." So sorry, keep going.
Actress, isn't she? Yeah, and I'm a good director, of course. But anyway,
Yes, you are.
but anyway, this is we were, and we start meeting with each other and talking, and I about what how can we express this feeling, and how can we, because she also saw it, and she also kind of felt it. She lives in Russia, but she was thinking about this. Everyone who comes and goes, and like thinking about immigration or not, like sees the people who have to find new jobs and have to find their new status, like losing their status and losing everything they know. And it's just a very interesting moment right at the border when person get rid like gives up their passport and all documents. And I think it's such a huge step for anyone to decide to do this, like this decision. Okay, today I'm giving up all of my documents, and I'm going into the unknown. It's really like this, because you really don't know what's going to happen. Will it be better or not? And it is different from for everyone. It depends on your personal psychology, how you survive, how you find your way, and it then takes a huge effect on your kids and on future generation as well, all this experience. So, and I think all of this starts with this initial decision, to give up your documents, which I think is huge, and people do this every day, and it's just shocking to me. And it was a very interesting aspect to explore.
Yeah, I think it was a perfect film for us here at BraveMaker because our goal is to share these brave stories that really ignite conversations that give us something to wrestle with that isn't always easy. The best art, they say, either comforts or disturbs, right? So you did a little bit of that both for us. And my recollection of the selection process was people really thinking it was a great film, and then people recognizing, oh, wait a second, this lead actress is in a very popular movie at the time. So let's talk about Darya, who may or may not be able to jump in today, but you had your lead actress have a role in Anora, which was a very big Oscar nominated and Oscar winning film. So obviously you had her probably before she had all those accolades. But let's talk about how you found her and connected with her, and the connection there with Russia and all those things.
Yeah, where's Daria? She has to be here.
Yeah, come on,
Besides
Daria, we need you.
yes. But I called Sean Baker and asked, "When are you shooting Anora?" "Oh, you're shooting at the same time as Timelessness." "Okay, let's do it together because I'll steal some of the actors and you can use the actors too. Like we can do it all together and same city." No, it wasn't like this. It was a absolute coincidence, which of course played very well for our film. And Darya was at the moment when I met her, she was shooting in Anora, and we are talking about this, and she said, "Yes, I am now with Sean Baker, and they were shooting in LA." And she had specific dates which were free, like there were 4 days, and my production is 4 days. And we just moved it a little bit. It's supposed to be at the end of June, but we moved it 1 month ahead and shot it at the end of May, which was quite tricky for production design because we built the whole stage, the whole set on the sound stage at UCLA. And it's materials, it's research, and painting, and all of this. And it's just very difficult when you move production and start to rush a production design team. Then everyone is unhappy, especially on student budget, which is no budget. Yeah, so it was very tricky. But Daria initially was cautious about this whole project. From one point, and I don't want to speak for her, but I will a little bit. Um, and she wanted to be in indie film, um, because she wanted an indie short film, like something like student film, because she wanted to get away from Russian stereotypes. Uh,
Mm,
as much as I love Anora, there are still some things
sure.
which we consider stereotypes. And and it was an interesting project for her to be in, because it was not like, okay, Russia, then it's vodka, then oligarchs, then it's like else. Well, it was a different type of story, so she was interested, I think, because of that. um, and we started to meet with her and alter script a little bit. So there were a couple of meetings. And again, she was cautious. She wasn't like, "Oh, Sasha Timan, unknown director, student, UCLA, I'll jump right in." No, it wasn't like this.
Mm.
I It was long conversations about getting into the project. And then finally we talked many times. We altered script a little bit, so we made it was her idea to change the lead character to the pianist. And by the way, she's a professional pianist, and she always wanted to be a pianist and not an actress on the first place. And everything she plays by herself. She's very talented, and she has professional musical education. Um, and yeah, and that's how we came about. So it's the story which I found at the border, and which I got inspired. Then the couple of drafts of my script, and then we changed it to the final version together, which you see on screen. And I can tell you that it was fantastic collaboration. I learned so much. It was very interesting to work with her. It was a difficult production altogether, because we had lots of extras, 3 languages, and we need constantly to translate everything from Russian to English, from English to Spanish, and back, like go back and forth. And and it is a student production, so we're still learning. It wasn't like super professional. Uh,
Wait a
and
second. I would challenge that
mhm,
because it looks super professional. You are super professional.
thank
You created something that had, and it had a very like almost like international short film like Academy Award vibe to me. That was what I thought was really interesting too. Like when I didn't know anything about it. So can you talk about the student nature of it? Like, so you are at UCLA. Like what? Talk about the whole the background of this and what program you are in, so that we can understand a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I'm actually at UCLA right now because I'm teaching at
Oh,
Summer Institute in at 11, right where we end.
oh,
So,
that's great. Which, by the way, we need to say it out. Sasha invited BraveMaker to come to UCLA, and we are going to be trying to make some sort of connections happening there. It's very exciting.
yes, I think same kind of people should meet and work together, and I definitely want to find some common grounds to incorporate you into UCLA system or into the UCLA community, because this is UCLA is very very indie, versus USC, which has direct lines, and they like teach only sound people or only directors or only writers. We do everything, and this is the beauty and the hardship of the program. So in my first year I was holding boom a lot, and then mixing sound a lot, and then being production designer and editor. We have to edit all of our films by ourselves, but this one, the last one, has an editor also from UCLA. But then we are exchangeable on our sets. We can, instead of hiring people, we can actually work on each other's sets professionally, because we are taught, we have all of these classes which sound strange at first. I came to directing program, I want to be a director and writer. Why do I have to hold boom for a month, and and pay tuition for this? But it's actually an excellent and fantastic program, because you learn every position and you understand why every position is important, why wrapping cables is important, why knowing how to set up and where to set up C-stand is important, and how to light. You really know everything. And also, all students who come here, they're just very talented. I don't know how you see. It's you are surrounded by absolutely phenomenal people who have very creative ideas, who inspire you every day. And I think this is the real strength of UCLA, that it creates this community. And of course, professors support us on on each way. So it's an MFA program. It took me 4 years. With I did a couple of leaves to finish it, and it's pretty difficult. We have to make 3 films during our first year, then 2 more before we graduate. So this was my thesis film, and all these years we work and try to find our crew and our people, and learn from each other. I learned so much from people with who were students, and I'm just like looking back to 2 years ago. I think it's it's just a fantastic opportunity and fantastic place to be for indie filmmaking, because you have to do everything. This is the requirement. You have to write, you have to direct, you have to edit, and you have to do all other positions. Like, you really need to understand how all of this works.
It sounds very indie, but guess what? I have a surprise. Daria's here.
Hello, guys.
Yes.
Hello. I'm so
Hello.
sorry. I did my audition self tapes, and the girl came to my apartment, and we just did this self tapes, and that's why I was a little bit later. So, but
The
I'm so
actor
happy.
life. Welcome, Daria. That's so
You
cool.
guys. Thank you so much.
Привет,
Thank you.
Sasha.
Привет, дорогая. Я так рада тебя видеть. Я
Я
даже
тоже.
английский забыла.
Well, we're so glad you could jump on. So, if you're just joining us, we're episode 301. We're talking to the team, the writer and director of Timelessness, and the star, Daria, Sasha and Daria here.
And I
And
want.
Daria,
Oh,
go
sorry,
ahead.
sorry. I want to correct. Co-writer. We're co-writers with Darya. We're
Okay,
co-writers.
great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And so, this is the life. Daria just had an audition, but you're also in Russia right now.
Yeah. I'm living now between Russia and Kazakhstan because I'm shooting in Kazakhstan now. And now I came for a few days to my home, and in a few days I'm come back to Kazakhstan, and then in August I'll visit LA. So I hope to see you guys.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Okay.
first,
Well, maybe we should be planning something for August, Sasha. Maybe BraveMaker and you all we can do something in August. So let's talk offline about that, Daria, when you'll be
yeah,
here. That would
yeah,
be phenomenal. Well, let's
I'll
talk
be
about
glad.
your experience. Let's talk about your experience doing this film and the heart behind it. We Sasha and I were just chatting about the heart of it, the assimilation, the immigration story. I was talking about how for me, not only my body still tingles when I think about that scene, the fingers, and if anybody hasn't seen it,
Yeah,
you're gonna have to watch.
yeah,
So
yeah.
let's hear about your experience co-writing it and acting in it.
So this story is very personal for me because I'm a pianist, and we did this film during that hard time when a lot of Russians left Russia, and a lot of talented people left Russia, and couldn't find themselves. Couldn't find themselves in new countries. So, and I was in Los Angeles that time, and we were shooting our Anora that time. And I was also a little bit lost because I didn't know uh, what will be next in this crazy world. And I think this story for me is about how important human being is, and how it depended on a lot of factors, um, and that's what I was talking about with the audience in this film. And sure, I was playing in the piano for 17 years, and I
Wow.
once I yes, I'm a teacher of music and professional pianist, and once I broke my hand. I really broke my hand, and I became an actress. So
So,
I don't know what is better. So, yes.
well,
So
I think it's kind of cool to be an actress playing a pianist. How cool is that? That's making it super, super personal.
yeah,
So
I dream
let's
to
talk about.
play pianist in the big film. So it's my cup of tea.
Daria, let's talk about. I always am interested in actor and director relationships because I am both. I act, I direct. I have directed things I act in. But I'm curious for you both with some things you have learned about best practices, whether it's giving direction or taking direction. What are things that you both feel are things that you avoid that don't work for you? These are all opinions, everybody's going to have a subjective response to these questions, that's why I like saying there are no real answers, there are just responses. We do question and response that. So let's hear from both of you. What do you like on set? What is the best way for an actor to work with you, uh, Sasha and Darya, when you're being directed by Sean Baker or Sasha Timan? What are some things that are helpful for you and or not?
Of course, Sasha Timan is better than Sean Baker. But just want to
Sean Baker, come for Sasha.
or David Lynch, or just want to say, no, it's I don't get to direct often, and it's again a student film, which ended up to look very professional. Um, it was amazing collaboration with me, and we had a fantastic DP as well, who both Daria. So usually you need to direct actors, and on previous set I tried doing this, and here Daria intuitively and with her professionalism kind of uh, gave me the options, which were all very good. And it was I would say that there was lots of improv on set. We even on set we had to rewrite script and change it. And Dasha is just a very strong partner, and I wish everyone has this kind of partnership. And we were in some difficult situation, and we together were rewriting the script on set and thinking about future scenes and figuring it out together. So even at some point in that situation, when we had some quick changes, we became already co-partners on a different level. So I would say that it was really the best you can think of, like for the production. It was very difficult for me because again, lots of people, lots of moving parts, lots, and at the end lots of changes. But creatively, and what we see on the screen is the creative part, right? No one sees how hard it was to paint or how like we see the creative part of it. And creatively, Dasha was, I can lean onto her, and she just helped me to figure out where we're going next. So I actually, like, she almost took off this pressure of me on
Mhm.
set. And I really appreciate this. And I learned a lot. And she's a professional actor. And I think that Dasha will be a very, very good director. Because
Ooh.
yeah,
Thank you.
because of her ideas. And when I was in the shot in the film, that was actually Dasha's idea to, it wasn't planned initially, but it was such a, we lost an actress, and I had to sit in the like we needed someone to be there. So that's why. And then at that moment she already trained me, like, you play like this, like. And that was fantastic also to learn this. I haven't had a chance to um, do too many classes which are directing for actors, and this was a lifetime training as well for me. So
Okay,
I don't.
that's a great reminder. You need to direct. To become a director, you need to direct. And you need to practice. Make stuff. Just get on set. That's the way you do it, everybody. That's your own film school. You might not be able to afford to go to a real film school, but the real film school also is making films. Good point.
Yeah,
Good point.
yeah,
Daria, what about you?
absolutely. What about me? Yeah, we. As for me, I don't have any difference between Sasha and Sean or another director. As for me, if I start to do some film with director, I trust him or her, and it's about как быть доверие, Саш.
Trust.
Yes, it's about trust. And it doesn't matter how many films director made. If you are at the same boat already, you are a part of one thing. And when I met Sasha, we we had a long conversation, and we got into this boat together, and we had a fantastically trust and understanding on set. So because I was an actress, I was like a color, как краска.
Ну, в
Like,
смысле, что ты хочешь сказать?
я была твоей краской, как сказать.
She wants to say that, I think so. That's it's like paint for the painter.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
And
Paint herself.
yes,
Sometimes you try to be.
yeah, but I tried because when you are working with students or with on debut film, you try to support director as much as you can, and because you understand that you were invited because no because they trust you. It's about love and trust, I think, and we had absolutely love and trust on set, and it helped a lot
Beautiful.
because I can't work without love. If I don't feel love on set, it's a death for me, but I'm a happy actress, and usually I work with the best crew and best directors and teams. But I remember this because we had a lot of problems on set. You remember, some every day something was happened, and we were like, okay, start, okay, what should we do? Okay, let's do this. Let's try this. Okay, let's do. Okay, let's decide this. Okay, maybe we'll ask her to make this. Okay, let's create this. Let's change everything. Let's do like this. Okay, maybe this. Okay, yeah, let's do it. And we did. And we always run. You remember
Yeah,
when we jumped into the car? No second, she just go. It's like it was so fun, but I love it. I love this project, and I love our crew and Sasha, and I'm happy that I'm a part of this film,
Wow.
especially now because uh, I'm an indie actress in Russia, and I want to be an indie actress in America and around the world, and I want to support it. And I think, as for me, um, as for an actress, it's the best way to share my skills and my heart with audience. It's
Mhm.
where I can play. It's where I can live, and
Mhm.
to be honest.
What you were just saying, those two words, love and trust, on set, there's a lot of works of art in cinema that have not had that still end up being memorable and meaningful and amazing, but people have trauma, or they have been, incredibly demeaned and not valued. But when you have a set that values its people, that takes honesty and transparency seriously, it is even more important than having a great product, in my opinion, because filmmaking is really, really hard. And, and putting a film festival is really, really hard. But if you create spaces where people feel a creative freedom and they feel that they're being taken care of, even when things get stressful, even when things go long, or we have to wait to fix a camera issue or sound, whatever, it just makes it more worthwhile, because we love this. This is our art. This is our passion. And I've been on sets, as I'm sure you all have too, where love and trust isn't there, and it just makes it really, it's a
plain.
sadness that, yeah,
Yeah.
it's not good. And I want,
Mhm.
part of my vision for BraveMaker is how to create and equip more people to have these kinds of sets, because we're
Mhm.
living our dreams here. We're living our dreams. Why would we in any way want to rob people, or devalue people, or take advantage? And some people, I think, are doing it intentionally, but some people, I think, they don't know. They're not equipped. They haven't been taught how to lead a set well, because they have some idea that the art of filmmaking is pushing people in really unhealthy ways and doing whatever it takes to get the shot. And we actually had a workshop about mental health in the film industry. So I love hearing this kind of stuff. Kudos to you for making the space to do it, because that's probably one of the best affirmations you could have walking away from a film set, is to talk about, like, that set. I felt love and trust. Beautiful.
Yeah,
And,
yeah, and it's international because I think cinema art is an international art.
yeah,
And it's everywhere. The most important thing, because for what? For money? Okay, it's huge
right.
money, but uh, it's not about money because you can't buy your happiness for any money. So, but sometimes now we were shooting a project, and we invited for a small part a very rich guy. He's a billionaire. He lives in Dubai. He is like sheikh,
My project.
and he was crying on set because he has told me, "My God, I felt a real happiness. I felt
Mhm.
that I am alive. I felt that I absolutely know nothing about what I'm doing, but you guys, you are so incredibly kind for me." And so he opened his heart on set, and he was really crying. And that's about our favorite job.
Well, both Sasha and I would like his phone number and email, so you can pass that on, and we can direct him to his next project.
Yeah, where he'll feel love and safety guaranteed.
Yeah. Let's.
Well, let's close our time. If there's any kind of thing you want to say to directors, to actors, to writers out there about going after their projects, things that you would say are important to remember that you haven't said yet, anything come to mind to the emerging and working actors, directors, and writers out there to get their work done?
Yeah, I think that first and foremost, script should be very strong, and it should be interesting, and director really would, even if the script like lacks something, there should be a very clear message which comes from heart, which you really need to say at this moment of time. And I think that good actor who and it's a luck to meet. You can work with famous actors who might not share the same. It's a luck to have the same kind of feeling and wanting to say the same kind of thing, and wanting to and having a very very professional actor. So I consider me being very lucky in this regard. And I also think that in this case, when you have this luck, the script and the story can be elevated a lot, because when you read things on the page, it's one thing, and then you start to making a set and organizing everything, and then finally through actors it actually comes alive, and it's really really important that the actors truly share this feeling, not that they want it for real, or not or that they want it for something else, that they actually want to say this, and when those things align, I think it's very important. And I mean, all main collaborators, I cannot, it's so difficult when you start to talk about this, because every person on set brings so much. If this person is out, you start to having problems, and you can't continue without sound, you can continue without second, like you can't continue with anyone on set. Like each person really matters, and when director, like when the key crew, director, DP, AD, actors are aligned with certain message, the whole crew follows. And I don't know, it's a magical feeling when everyone, it becomes like one working organism. When even something is when even something falls apart, it's still moving on and have this energy, like let's do this, oh this is so interesting, or this is what I see. And interesting that this film is seen a little bit different by everyone. Like when you answer in the beginning what you think it's about, then when I said what it's about, and then Darya said what it's about for her. But yeah, I think that alignment of the message, what do we want to do, what do we really want to say, and this good luck of having like professionalism on set with this, because it
I
was
love
like,
that.
yeah, it's just a good luck that we met, and that we were I mean, it's work too, but it's amazing that we were able, that it was Daria, and that she was able to uh, play this role.
Yeah,
And
it's great. Thank you. I love that. Coming from the heart should be important. If you're not doing things from the heart, why are you in this business? Yes, money is important, but it will rip out your soul. And if you are an actor or a filmmaker experiencing these kinds of things on set, then I would say run, run away and find people like Sasha to be directed by. Daria, what would you like to say to the actors and writers out there?
What I can say, guys. Um, Last year was very important in my life. You know what happens. Uh, that's why I can say, and that's true, that everything is real. Everything is real. And when you guys creating film and do it from your heart and really want to say it, I think the universe will really help you. And sometimes some like it's like fairy tale or something magical can't happen. And if you will follow your like memorable markable moments from your life, you will see that everything was like was a little bit magical on it. So, and I think cinema magical is one of the most and strong magical in our lives. So when you open your heart and create film, you'll get it. Because I think directing and producing and acting, you say, I'm playing in the film. So I'm playing like a baby. And baby has open heart, open eyes, a lot of questions, and this naive feelings, which sometimes we are losing in our ages. So that's why Oscar is real. Everything is real, guys. Just let's create and do it. And a few weeks ago, I was shot first etude, like exercise, like director, and it was I got so many new feelings. It was so pleasure to work with actors, to put the camera to the right place, to create this space and the frame. And I said, oh my God, it's absolutely new world for me. And I'm like a baby in it. And I had goose tapes and I have it still now. And I think take Sean Baker. Sean Baker is like a baby. Like he's so open to the world. He trusts. He accepts everything. And we also have had a lot of problems on set. COVID or unions, or it was like a crazy mess. And but he was open to everything with heart. And me and Yura and Marc, we were surprised when we realized that he's 50 years old. He is not our age. He's 50, and
Sean Baker and I are the same age, baby. Hey.
yeah, and it was his like
So you
pure heart. Yeah, it's I think it worked a lot for Anora, and that's why Anora
It's great.
yes, cut our feelings. And let's believe it's about vulnerability, that being vulnerable is not a shy. And I think when you create the film with these feelings, you can get everything.
Let's go. Let's do it. Let's create and
Yeah.
do it. As Darya just said, here's the final comments as we close out here. I hope you all are listening and take away something that's applicable to you, what works for you. Take what we said and make it work for you. But the simple thing is, it doesn't have to be, I mean, making movies is one of the biggest challenges ever. Raising the money, getting the people together, getting people on the same page, navigating locations and insurance and equipment. It is a lot of work on top of what Sasha said, is make sure you have a darn good story. But the simple thing of like reminding each other we're human, right? We are meant to connect together, as this film Timelessness is all about. There's a simplicity and a very big profundity. It's profound when we simply focus on these things, and magic can occur. And so thank you all for sharing your time with us today. I believe art is spiritual. I believe what I've tried to create with BraveMaker is a space where people feel seen and connected and valued, and they have a place for their art and conversation. We don't always have to agree on everything, but find a mutual respect as we talk about the state of the world and advocate and push forward. And I think this film does that. So you all should be so proud of this work. I can't wait to find ways for us to connect in the future. And after the podcast, let's see if we can sync up for something in August at UCLA in Los Angeles.
Yeah, let's
so
in touch. I'll be happy.
All right, well, let's do it. Thank you so much for your time, Sasha and Darya. I really appreciate it. You got it. Really appreciate you. Sasha, where do you want people to find you on the internet?
So it's my Instagram at Sasha T Films, and please follow at Timelessness Film on Instagram.
Awesome. And Darya, what about you?
Ekamasova, just Darya Ekamasova. I have an Instagram. You can find me.
We'll tag you all. If you see this on our Instagram, we'll tag both of them in the Instagram post for this. Thank you both. You can find me at Tony Gapistone or at BraveMaker.org and BraveMaker Film Fest. Very nice to meet you. And most importantly, all as we end today, we can do amazing things with your help. Listen, 54 people have been giving every month to be a donor for BraveMaker. We still have 54 donors. We didn't get one more new donor at the film festival this year. I think that's because people donated one time, which is amazing. But if you want to see BraveMaker be here next year, we need to see this increase. We need to see more people become a donor and more people believe that the 8th annual film festival is worth it. So I'm going to show you the dates for next year. And if you believe we should have that next year, then go to BraveMaker.com and make it possible. July 9th to the 12th. That's July 9th to the 12th. That's a Thursday through a Sunday.
I booked it.
Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Everybody else out there, become a donor. BraveMaker.com/donate. Become a donor today. And also you can just scan the QR code if you're watching this on your computer or on YouTube anytime. Become a monthly donor. $5, $10, $25, all helps. And here's the big thing I'll announce today. We had a friend of the podcast, a friend of the festival, a friend of BraveMaker say that they will match if we can get 50 people, if we can get to 100 donors, they will give us a $500 donation. And then I had somebody else say they will match up to $5,000. So we need to be raising $5,500 by the end of this month. That's by July 31st. Get out there. You can do it on your phone. You can press your text messages and you can donate through your phone by texting the word BraveMaker to 44321 or go to BraveMaker.com/donate. I'm serious, y'all. We will be here next year when you say yes to supporting this. All right, that's all I got, everybody. Thank you to my amazing guests today, Sasha and Darya. I really appreciate you. We'll see you in the interwebs. Everybody else, keep making your art. Keep telling your stories. Keep telling your films. Brave stories change the world, and you are the story. Bye, everybody.
Yeah, bye.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at BraveMaker.org. Like, subscribe, and share. To become a monthly donor, text the word BraveMaker to 44321 or go to BraveMaker.com/donate.